right? X is this. So those numbers go into the brackets. When you're working on this, when you start a new question, you should say that in your head. Y is negative 4 times X. Negative 4 times X. That goes in the recycling, Corbin, not the garbage. It's up here at the front. Okay, negative 4 times X. So what is X? It's negative 2. So negative 4 times negative 2. Negative 4 times negative 1. Negative 4 times 0. Negative 4 times 1. Negative 4 times 2. Now what is negative 4 times negative 2? Not negative 8. Positive 8. What's negative 4 times negative 1? 4. Negative 4 times 0. Negative 4 times positive 1. Negative 4 times positive 2. Okay, and then I'm going to write out these. We don't always do this, but for this one, I'm going to write out these points. It reminds us why we're doing this, and it's going to make it easy to graph. So this is like substitution kind of that we did earlier, right? You're just subbing in values for X. But you're also thinking about the relationship negative 4 times X. So negative 4 times, like I said, each of these X's. But there's something else, like I gave you those X values, but really what's happening here is a table of values helps us figure out what this thing looks like. So you're picking the X's. Like in this case, I picked them for you, but in general, you're going to pick the X's, you put them in and find out what the Y is. You calculate what the Y is. And now I have a pair of X and Y that I can graph, and I'm going to graph all of them, and I'm going to see what the pattern is. Right? That's the whole point of this. And in grade 9, you do a lot of this, and you get a lot of straight line patterns. There's other kinds of patterns in the world, but so far we've seen a lot of straight line patterns. Any questions about any of that? Okay, so when you're doing your grid here, you're going to use a ruler. So try to get a ruler or borrow a ruler. Don't use a calculator. Don't use a piece of paper or something like that if you can. I have a few extra rulers that you can borrow if you need them. I just need to make sure I get them back. I always lose a whole bunch of rulers every semester. And I try to make a deal with my classes where a lot of the time I'm going to give you, see how I gave you the grid here? Like it's done for, I know you don't have this handout, but on the next handout it looks like this. So I do it for you most of the time, but when I want you to do it on your own, I want you to do like a nice job of it. Okay, so we're going to use a ruler and just watch the way I do it if you want first. And I'm going to, it's really hard on the computer, but so I'm going to draw a nice straight axis with my ruler. And then another nice straight axis with my ruler. Really take my time and make sure I line it up nicely. And that's Y and that's X. Okay, I'm just going to change the color. Unfortunately, you guys can't do this on paper, but. Okay, and I'm going to count out my scale. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is how I do it. I count by fives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It makes it really clean graph. It's fast because you don't have to count and put tick marks at everything, but you put a mark at 5 and then write 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should include the mark too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it makes it really clear. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Makes it really clear exactly where it is. Whoops. It's not negative. And then when I go down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I do negative 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 10. So I count out every 5. Positives are up and to the right. Negatives are down and to the left. You kind of have to do it that way. It's a standard. Like if you do it a different way, your graphs are all going to look really weird. Not going to make sense. X is sideways. Y is up, down. Okay. Say that again. And then I can plot these points. So -2 and +8, 5, 6, 7, 8. -1, 4, 0, 0. 1, -4, and 2, -8. Okay, so go ahead and finish that. Okay, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do one more. I want you to just watch, so you can put your pencil down and just watch, even if you're not finished. And then I'm gonna get you started practicing. You don't have to do it exactly this way. But again, there are mistakes that people make. So you might not make a mistake today, but you'll make one next week after we haven't done this for a week, and then we do a quiz and you forget how to do it. That's when you make the mistake. So sometimes having these habits avoids that mistake that happens down the road. So this is what I do. I write 2x minus 4. 2 times x 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 minus 4. If you had to pick your x's, for now at least, these are the best ones to pick. Pick these 5. -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. You get a few negatives, a few positives. It's always good to try 0 and see what happens. And it's they're all close, small numbers that are easy to graph. You don't want to pick like -20 because it'll be off the graph, right? So these are the standard kind of 5 that we pick: -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Okay, and then I'm going to put those in. So there's my x. 2 times -2 minus 4. 2 times -1 minus 4. 2 times 0 minus 4. 2 times 1 minus 4. 2 times 2 minus 4. And I'm going to see what happens when I multiply all of these. 2 times -2 minus 4 is -4 minus 4, which is -8. 2 times -1 minus 4, -2 minus 4 is -6. 0 minus 4 is -4. 2 minus 4, positive 2 now, is -2. And 4 minus 4 is 0. So I got 2, 0, 1, 2. 0 is my x, -4 is my y, -1, -6, and -2, -8. What do you notice that's happening in the y's? Right? Yeah, what did you say? It's going up by 2 every time. So take a look. I add 2. I add 2. I add 2. This isn't supposed to let you cheat and like get the answers quickly, but that should happen when you're doing a linear relation, right? That's exactly what a linear relation is. As every time I go over the same amount, so I'm going up 1, up 1, up 1, up 1, the y's have to change by something the same every time as well. So up 2, up 2, up 2, up 2. And then when I graph them, what happens? So again, this one's already done for me. -2, -8. -1, -6. 0, -4, 1, -2, and 2, 0. Like what happened to the points? They're in a straight line. And they have to be. That's not a coincidence. If 4 of them lined up and the other one was over here, you did something wrong. It doesn't mean like, oh, that's weird, interesting, huh? Oh well, I'll. This is what people do. I'll do my line like this. No, that's not how the graph should look, right? It's got to end up being a straight line through the points. And notice how my line goes through the points, not just to the last 2 points. It goes past them. I put arrows on the end. Turns out that's kind of important. It's a good habit to get into. Draw nice. In fact, I would always kind of draw my line like, whoops. No, it's not going to let me do it. I would always draw my line even longer so it goes all the way across the graph. But anyway, any questions about that? Okay.